All right, so everybody can hear me? Great. Well, to start off, I'm going to say small things can make a difference. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. I want to thank Jeff for inviting me to be here. It's been an awesome time. First time in New York, so. Now, everybody with a cell phone or a computer where you can go on Twitter, I want you to hold them up. Right now, just hold them up. Now, I'm going to get you to follow at Claude Hamilton, C-L-A-U-D-E Hamilton, and to let him know, C-L-A-U-D-E Hamilton, to let him know that I'm about to steal his joke. So there's two muffins in an oven, and one muffin says to the other, "Wow, it's hot in here," and the other says, "Ah, a talking muffin." All right, so I know I only have a little bit of time, and I have two stories to tell, and I have so much to say. So we're going to start off with a story about this girl named Shannon Kustashian. Now, Shannon Kustashian grew up in the community of Attawapiskat. And Attawapiskat, 32 years ago, there was a diesel spill under the school. And 100,000 liters of diesel fuel spilled under the school. And so these kids for 22 years were getting sick in class, some of them even fainting in class. So the parents went on strike and they said, "We are not letting our kids go to school unless someone fixed this." So the government closed the school and put up portables saying, "We'll build a new one soon." That was 12 years ago. And Shannon Kustashian went from JK to grade 8 in these portables. And so on the grade 8 field trip, they go to Toronto and Niagara Falls, but she said, "No, I'm not going there. I'm going to go to Ottawa, and I am going to fight for a real school." Her trip didn't go so well, so when she got home, she started writing letters to the government asking for a real school. Soon enough, this got big, and kids from all over Canada were writing letters to the government saying Attawapiskat, yes, writing letters to the government saying Attawapiskat deserves a real school. And so Shannon wanted to be a lawyer, but with the education in Attawapiskat, she couldn't be one. So she went down to New Liskeard, which is pretty far down south from Attawapiskat, where she was getting a real education. And it was in New Liskeard where she got in a horrible car crash, and she didn't survive. If she had a proper education in Attawapiskat, she wouldn't have been in that car. Therefore, she would be alive today. My name is Wesley Prankard. I'm 13 years old, and I'm a philanthropist. So... Yeah. 3 years ago, my dad showed me pictures of Attawapiskat, and seeing these pictures, I could not believe that it was in Ontario. Basically, the people in Attawapiskat are living in third world conditions. Yet, it's in Ontario. One pic he showed me was a tent house. It's basically a wooden frame with tarp over it, and a lot of people live there. And you can imagine how cold it would be in minus 40 degrees. So I wanted to feel what I saw in the picture, and I wanted to help the people of Attawapiskat. So I camped out in March 2010. And a camp out is such a small thing that you wouldn't even think could make a difference. It's such an easy thing to do, but I raised about $6,000 and 24,000 pounds of food and clothing supplies. Yeah. Attawapiskat is a flying community, and Air Quebec heard what I was doing, and they invited me to visit for free. Of course I said yes. And the first thing I noticed was the size of Attawapiskat. It's so small. And when I got there, I found out that there wasn't a real school, there's no playground, and there was literally no hope. And so when I got home, it took a year of doing tons of charity events, just working hard, because I really wanted to build a playground in Attawapiskat, because there's 55 back in Niagara Falls where I live. And so I really just wanted to bring at least a little equality where there was none. So after a full year of fundraising, I was actually able to build the playground in Attawapiskat. And seeing how happy all the kids were, some of the parents were even crying, it became my goal to build a playground in every single northern community without one. Now, building a playground is something so small. It doesn't help with the housing crisis up there. It doesn't help with the health issues, but it does bring a little equality. Now, Jeff, I'd like if you would join me. He's my lovely assistant today.
Okay.
So, today we're talking about small differences making a big change. So I'm going to get you to put out your arm like this, and I'm going to try and pull it down, but you have to keep it up.
Oh.
Okay?
All right.
So all the time, we're pushing and we're pulling and we're trying to make a big difference, but we're trying to do too much. And stay here.
All right.
You need to understand the difference that making a small change can make. Whether you're helping an old lady, getting a sponsored child, volunteering, helping an organization, building a playground, retweeting something. What you have to do is start with the small things and do something small. Make a small change. So Jeff, we're going to make a small change, and you're going to do the same thing, but you're going to put your pinky out. Ooh. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to try and pull it down. You have to keep it up. 3, 2, 1.
Whoa. All right. Like I can lift you? Wow. Wow. Wow.
Okay. Thank you very much. No.
All right.
Yeah, thank you. Please, round of applause. So it's really about the small differences, the small changes. And Mark Horvath said in the Twittermentary that Twitter can't change anything, but people do. So you can do something through Twitter. You can use that as a small change, but you really just have to start small. So today, I am asking you to make one small change in your life. Do something small, because it's the small changes that make a big difference. Now, before I go, I want to tell you guys a story. This story is called the Starfish story. And it's a story that I named my organization Northern Starfish after. So there was a man walking along the beach. It's his regular route to work. And the night before, there had been a huge storm, so thousands of starfish were washed up upon the shore. And as the man is walking, he sees in the distance what looks like a dancing figure. But as he gets closer, it's not a dancing figure. It's a little boy picking up starfish and throwing them in the water. So the man goes to the boy and he asks, "Why are you doing this?" And the boy says, "Well, if I don't, they'll die." And the man says, "Well, look, there are thousands and thousands of starfish. You can't possibly make a difference." The boy picked up a starfish, he threw it in the water and said, "I just made a difference to that one." So let's change the world one starfish at a time. Thank you guys very much for having me.